another discussion I would like to make, that is about the missile technology control regime. Okay, missile technology control regime, MTCR. This came into force in 1997, missile technology control regime, and it's again it's a voluntary group, came into force in 1987, I already said, and it was initiated by the G7 countries. See, G7 countries are the industrialized countries. Okay, G7 started in 1975, and the industrialized countries, the capitalist countries versus the communist countries at that time. The most powerful capitalist countries at that time, the G7, when it started, USA, then subsequently Canada also joined. Then from Europe, it is UK, France, Germany, Italy. These are the most powerful European countries, and Japan. These 7 countries, these are the most powerful or the largest industrialized countries of the world at that time, the champions of capitalism at that time. They joined together to form G7, and subsequently when Soviet Union broke down and Soviet Union was dismantled, when Russia emerged, then this G7 proposed the entry of Russia also into it and made it G8, the group of 8. I think from 1997 onwards, it became G7 became G8. But subsequently in 2014, when Russia annexed Crimea, this G7 expelled Russia, or Russia walked out of G7 or G8, and this G8 once again became G7. Now G8 is once again G7. Okay. That was in 2014 onwards, G8 has been converted to G7 once again. Anyway, so this G7, the group of industrialized countries, the group of capitalist countries, they proposed the creation of this MTCR, Missile Technology Control Regime. The idea is to prevent or minimize the spread of, missiles which can carry weapons of mass destruction, or WMD. So the idea was to the countries having the technology, the missile technology, especially the ballistic missiles. See, there are 2 major types of missiles, ballistic and cruise missiles. Ballistic and cruise missiles. Okay. Ballistic missiles are those missiles which travel in a parabolic path. Parabola. Okay. What is parabola? Don't ask. Okay. That is physics. The projectile motion, that is parabola. Cruise missiles are those missiles which will, suppose a mountain is here, cruise missiles travel by maintaining a particular distance from the surface of the earth. Okay, that is cruise missile. They will always maintain a particular height from the surface of the earth. Whereas ballistic missile, they will be traveling in a projectile motion, like when you throw a stone, the way the path of the stone, that is the projectile motion we are talking, that is called ballistics or ballistic missile. So we have 2 types, ballistic as well as cruise missile, but most commonly used missiles in the world are ballistic missile, that is why we always talk about the ballistic missile. So this protocol came into being, and right now including India, we have 35 members. India joined this in June 2016. in June 2016, India became a member of MTCR. And again, President Obama played a crucial role. At that time, the US supported, and because of that reason, we joined, or rather India became the 35th member, that was in 2016. And this MTCR, the protocol, it is very clear that it should not, these countries, these 35 countries will not support the spread of weapons of mass or other missiles which can carry weapons of mass destruction. Now, they have further subsequently refined the protocol, and it has been said that this can, any missile or other any unmanned aerial vehicle or any missile which can travel more than 300 kilometers and which can carry more than 500 kilograms. So, 300 kilometers and carry more than 500 kilogram will be termed as a weapons of, this can be a missile which can which can carry weapons of mass destruction. Basically, any missile which can travel more than 500 kilometers and any missile which can carry more than 500 kilograms will be banned from supplying, or rather these 35 countries will not promote or rather will not give this missiles to other countries. A missile which can travel more than, see, please remember, below 300 kilometers is called short range ballistic missile, SRBM. Then 300 to 5000 kilometers called an intermediary range ballistic missile, IRBM. 300 to 5000 kilometers range, it is called IRBM. And any missile which can travel more than 5000 kilometers, we call it as ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile. So, the ban is on IRBM, intermediary range ballistic missile. IRBM, intermediary range ballistic missile. So, the ban is on IRBM and ICBM, not on SRBM. SRBM is short range ballistic missile. So, this MTCR bans the supply of any IRBM or ICBM, and especially if it can carry more than 500 kilograms of weight. See, normally an atom bomb can will have a weight more than 500 kilograms. That is why they are talking about any missile which can carry more than 500 kilograms and it can travel more than 300 kilometers should be, it should include or will come under the this MTCR rule. And MTCR is again a voluntary organization. These countries, these 35 countries have agreed that we will not supply this technology or missiles to any third country, so that our world can be better, a bit more safer than otherwise, if you are supplying to everybody, so it will be a problem. So, that is why it is being said. And in 2004, a funny thing I would like to say in between is, in 2004, China applied for this membership, but MTCR refused to give membership to China. China is not a member of MTCR because the rest of the members rejected because of the Chinese track record. They have a questionable track record, and the rest of the MTCR countries refused to accommodate China into it. They are not a member, but China has always insisted that they will adhere to the original protocols. Okay. China insisted that they are adhering to the original MTCR protocol, but they have not joined it. And this so the idea, what is MTCR's goal? The goal is non-proliferation of this ballistic missiles, but not the smaller one, ballistic, especially ballistic missiles and cruise missiles, especially this IRBM and ICBM, and also the proliferation of the PR, pilotless remote vehicles. Okay, pilotless remote vehicles, PRVs, and also unmanned aerial vehicles. Unmanned aerial vehicles, UAV, unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, pilotless remote vehicles, which can ultimately carry weapons of mass destruction. So, the goal is non-proliferation of ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, pilotless remote vehicles, unmanned aerial vehicles, like drones. Unmanned aerial vehicle, good example is a drone, which can carry weapons of mass destruction, very important. It is not that we are banning all, but which can carry weapons of mass destruction. Which can carry weapons of WMD, weapons of mass destruction. Okay. So, what we can say is that after 1997 this MTCR is by and large successful, because the the ballistic missiles, I mean these ICBMs or IRBMs, it has not spread that easily. Countries, even though India, Israel and all developed our IRBM, IC, like we have developed our Agni, Prithvi and all during the 1990s and early 2000, but we have developed this indigenously. It is not through any support from any other country. So, other than India and Israel, who developed ICBMs and IRBMs, not many countries could manage to do it. That means, we can safely say that especially on the ballistic missile issue and all, this MTCR managed to control the spread of these missiles. So, all I am saying is that if you look back, MTCR managed to control, because these are high end technology, not that easy to develop by any country and anybody and everybody. Of course, there are some proliferate like North Korea, Pakistan, they are there, but it has been accused that it has happened because of support from China and all, but otherwise generally the spread has been limited. So, that is what MTCR is all about, and India is a member of MTCR. We have joined it, and we have joined, as I told you, we have joined in 2016, and again this is a credibility, it is an issue of credibility for a country, that shows the credibility of India. We could manage to enter, that itself shows that there is some India has a respectable position in the world right now. That is why countries like US and the European Union countries, they are very sensitive about all these things. The best part about India is, please do not forget, whether it is nuclear weapon or whether it is this chemical weapons or biological weapons or any other even a dual purpose technology, India is not accused, not even accused. Forget about India as given, not even accused of proliferating or giving to any third country. See, in fact, in 1974, when we conducted the nuclear test, which we call a peaceful nuclear explosion, there was tremendous pressure on Indira Gandhi at that time. Many countries requested India to give this technology to them, this nuclear technology at that time, but India, we have taken a high moral pedestal and said that we will not be party to this proliferation. We want elimination of nuclear weapons from the face of the earth. If all countries agree to eliminate, we are also willing. That is what we always said. We never engaged in any trade off with this nuclear weapon. We never tried to secretly give this technology to any other country. India has a wonderful track record in this. We always behaved with great responsibly, or we behaved as a responsible country. That is why today we are able to enter into all these organizations quite easily, whether it is Australia Group, whether it is Wassenaar arrangement, whether it is MTCR. We are able to move, we are able to join these organizations, or these European countries, Australia type countries, the Western countries are accommodating India only because of our track record and nothing else. Okay, that is a great achievement for India. We should not be seeing it as a small thing. Even as I mentioned, even in the UN Security Council as a permanent member, when we talk about the new members, India has the brightest chance. But it may not happen that easily, because the world has to really, the powerful countries in the world will have to really initiate a process of reforms. But otherwise, if there is a chance, the only thing what we can always say is, as and when there is a chance, as and when there is a probability of expansion of the Security Council or anything, India has a bright chance. Nobody can deny it. But whether it is with veto, as I mentioned, somebody asked many times, you asked this question. So with veto or without veto is secondary. Veto is an added advantage, an added facility. It is not the final goal. But if you can enter into Security Council as a permanent member, or even as a semi-permanent member, or anything for that matter, that is a reflection of our credible performance in the last 50, 60, 70 years. We cannot ignore that. Okay. So, that is it. That is it, and somebody is already telling, sir, it is enough for that for day. Vandana is suggesting. Okay. So, BrahMos is not in the category. See, BrahMos, please remember, since you asked this question, please remember, BrahMos is a cruise missile, and we are claiming that the BrahMos range is only 290 kilometers, because above 300 will come under MTCR. So, that is where we are also playing. See, definitely the BrahMos may have more range, but we are insisting that its range is only 290, less than 300. That is why it will not come under MTCR. BrahMos is a collaboration between Russia and India, but we insisted that it is not nuclear capable, and its range is less than 290. It is 290, it is not 300. That is what we are claiming, but the reality could be. That is the problem. This is where we can circumvent and manipulate. We are insisting that it is not nuclear capable, but who said? I mean, how do you know that it is not nuclear capable? Nobody can prove it. According to some expert, it is nuclear capable, and it may cross to 300, but that is how we are promoting and projecting, because we want to come under the right side of the MTCR, because right now we are a member of MTCR also. Even Russia was there earlier. That is why we have talked about this. Okay. So, anyway, sir, other countries that are not members of MTCR are also obliged. No, they are not obliged. Other countries are not obliged. These 35 countries are obliged not to promote. These are the 35 countries having this technology. Please understand that. Others, whether Bhutan joins or not, it does not make a difference, because they do not have this technology. Then can we say that the presence of veto is the main reason for carelessness? Then you cannot say. See, I already said veto had its own value during the Cold War era. Now, it may be time, because after 70 years after the war, or 75 years of the war, now it is time for rethinking. It is time for recalibrating the equation. That is the point. Veto is the reality of 1945. We have changed it. That is what you should be insisting on that. Okay. Anyway, so I will stop here today, and as per your request, okay.